Hello and welcome back to Young Climber. We have certainly returned with yet another inspirational episode as we explore different industries, careers, and professions. In today's episode, we're joined by architectural technologist, beauty entrepreneur, and of course, a network marketing leader. Simile Mohammed Mabuza joins us on Young Climber to, share her story and inspire all the young ones at home. Mrs. Mabuza, welcome to Young Climber.
Thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor being here.
I realized that you're such an interesting person with a very different career from what we know, the typical doctor, teacher career. But what we like to start off with here on Young Climbers, obviously your upbringing, because it always inspires the person that you become. And for you, nje ngicela kwazi ukuthi uphuma phi, wakhula kanjani and wafunza phi?
Okay. I grew up in a single parent-headed family.
Okay.
Yes, I was raised by my mother with my brother.
Okay.
So from time to time, obviously, I'd go to my grandmother's house. We would like an extended family of cousins, and me being the first granddaughter in the family, so I grew
the favorite one.
So yeah. I grew up with guys, really. Yeah, so first 5 of my years, I was around my grandmother, and then after that, I went to stay with my mother, my grade 1 through to my Form 5. Grade 1 to grade 3, I was at Eswatini Primary School, like in Nhlangano.
Yeah.
And then from there, I went to Ngwane Practicing School in Nhlangano as well. And then high school, secondary high school, I was at Evelyn Baring High School.
And as we speak about architecture, I'm realizing that architectural technologies just has a different ring to it. I don't know if nglokuthi kulamalanga sesethathinva ngekuhluka, but can you please define that for someone who has never heard of it? Because we know an architecture, but nasothi architectural technologies usuke sochaza info lehlukile. If you could please, for the people who don't know what it is, please care to explain it to us.
Okay, so in architectural technologies, this is a professional logo-built environment who mainly focuses on the technical side of design, building design, and construction. So what an architectural technologist does, this is the person who prepares the construction drawings that need to go to the council. This is the person who coordinates the design with the engineers and the other consultancies. And also we go on to supervise the works on site to make sure that what is on the drawing is what is actually on site and built. And also look up ways to make sure that the building comes out as per the design. This is looking at strategies on how to come about the work, and also the materials that need to be used.
Okay. And now, being in such a field, there's something that we didn't get into, the educational part of it. Can we backtrack to that moment? Because you did mention Ngwane, but when did you then study the architectural part of it? When did it get into, your education?
Okay, so when I completed high school, obviously I was in application looking for, and architecture wasn't really in the things that I wanted to do, but a family member actually brought it up. I think it was them seeing how because they say that a lot. Yeah. So that's how putting in applications, and then the course that I wanted to do actually was BCom at the university, but they accepted me for part-time, and I wasn't on going to school for 6 years,
Sure.
Yeah, so then the second option was architecture at the Eswatini College of Technology, now known as ECOT. Yes, so that's where I got my diploma in architectural technology.
Okay. And now being in an industry that we know as dominated by men, growing up vele beside the industry they were the best people to draw, the best people in science. How has your experience been like, as a woman in that business or in that industry?
It has been it has had its challenges, but it has also been very empowering, because now this is where I got to see that I also am capable of showing leadership skills in such a male-dominated industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, for you, you expanded your career because you said architecture can be enough for someone. Even I think I've reached my goal because I'm doing what I'm passionate about, which you are also passionate about. But you also decided to be a businesswoman in the beauty industry. What motivated you to then expand your career?
Into the beauty industry.
Yeah.
Oh my. Funny story. The beauty industry wasn't really like, I wasn't like a makeup, old girly type of person because, you know, I grew up with guys, right?
Yeah.
So this one time, I'll tell you the story. This one time, I had to attend a family event and I wanted to look all dolled up. So I go to this one makeup artist, get dolled up, and when I asked, I was like, I just went there and said, not asking pricing, anything. I just sat there. She dolled me up. I looked pretty, and I was like, Malid. And then she named her price, which was, well, of value, obviously. She named her price. I was like, at the time, I didn't afford that. You know, I was like, okay, can I send an e-wallet? She said, so, sure. And then I punch over the phone, and then I'm like, "Konje to Tamalin."
Again. Yeah,
The same price.
Yeah.
As oh, my heart.
You emptied your bank account?
Listen, I emptied my bank account. And then when I got home, it was like heavy makeup, and my partner didn't like it. So this was me saying, okay, I need to learn to do this thing.
Yeah.
It was a hobby at first.
Yep.
I did it, yes, and then posted the process of doing it. And then my cousin said, you know, you can actually make money out of this. I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm not about to go there in people's faces.
Yeah.
I continued, practice, and then my cousin said again, post your work. You are going to make money out of this. I was like, well, it's worth a try. So I did, and people started booking me, and they liked my work. I was like, oh, actually, because I focus on like your more natural kind of look. Yes, so people do not like heavy makeup. And while at it, I keep it at affordable prices for people who cannot afford like the top expensive makeup, while I use quality products.
Beautiful, beautiful story. I actually like what inspired you. Very funny as well, you know. But then, you know, makeup is also used as a tool to empower people, to make people feel confident. Do you have stories like that? You know, you've been working to make people feel confident and empower women at the same time, because we're all about looking beautiful, when I'm my self-care. How has it been for you, the journey where you realized I'm actually making people confident?
I actually love that about my business. I love that about my business because I make people feel confident. And with confidence, a lot of great things come about, because now this is where you actually see that I'm actually worthy to walk into spaces, and I'm actually capable and very confident about my skin.
Beautiful stuff. But now, as you're someone that wears multiple hats. We also spoke about the network marketing part of it, which, you know, we were discussing, and you did say you joined in January, that was. Can you just talk about that business part of your life and how it's been from January till now, and why you decided to then I want more baggage on top of that. Why did you make that conscious decision of saying, I want to become a part of market networking, especially forever?
So I've always been a person who wants to know a bit of everything, you know. So everything new really fascinates me. I'm just like, I'm going for this, and I want to see where this takes me. So with network marketing, it came about when I was attending a networking event where I was just going to look for ways I can grow my beauty business. So when I got there, I met Dr. Mary Basumbuko, not knowing really, because I had said to myself when I got into the room that as an introvert, I need to get there, and by the end of the discussion, I need to at least hold the
One
discussion,
connection.
hold the discussion with at least one of the
Yeah.
panelists, and it
Yeah.
happened to be Dr. Mary, and she's the one who introduced me to the network marketing space. And it has really done wonders because it has gotten me to understand that it's not really just about making the money, and it's really like a relationship built kind of business,
Yeah.
because you now sell products directly to another person, and then also give them the opportunity to not only get the benefits of the products, but to also better their life,
Yeah.
better their lifestyle, and things like that.
It's a very challenging one because in the past, most especially network marketing businesses have been seen as a scam, I would say. What have been some of the challenges for you on that regard? Because they say, hey, fana nabo yini triple M no labo ke yabo. How has it challenged you in trying to convince people ukuthi nkosi yami i-collagen lena angikwende lutho, and in fact itakuphilisa emtimbeni? What challenges have you been met with in changing people's mindsets of networking marketing as a whole?
Okay, yeah, the network market has really been seen as a scam, a pyramid scheme. Which is not the case if you really get to understand what network marketing is about, right? So, so getting people to understand that this is not a scam. First, you need to see where your money goes into.
Yeah.
So if they tell you that let's have 500, utaba 5,000 ikusasa, utaba sekakhiwe yini?
Yeah.
So you need to see where you're putting your money into. If there's a product you get in return that you can go out there and then make the money out of, then that is business, They also have the impression that network marketing is about having the leader, the top one, always at the top.
Having money,
yeah, always having money, always at the
guys
top.
are at the bottom.
We're just at the no. That's
Yeah.
not the case. That's not the case really, because even in my business, whoever comes and joins under me, if I don't put in the work needed or do not have a teamwork spirit, this person can still make more money than I do if they work hard.
Yeah, and I think for you it's safe to say we can defend your business because, as you mentioned, that you're selling products. It's not like you're saying to umuntu faka imali ethile uthola imali ethile. We're not saying network marketing doesn't have scams. Some are scammy businesses, but ke umuntu kumele wende i-research yakho at the end of the day so that you will be fulfilled with the business that you're joining. But now we need to talk about the balance of the roles that you have. I did say that you have multiple roles. Being an architect, being a businesswoman, and being a business leader, of course, in your forever business, it's no small task. It is no small task because you also have a personal life that you need to manage, as generally a person. How do you then manage to balance all those three roles out?
Okay, I work with 3 rules. I pray, I plan,
Yeah.
and I strategize. I understand that I can do a lot of things, but I cannot do it all at once.
Yeah.
So I set priorities each and every day to help me make the best out of that day.
Perfect. Right now, we will be taking a short commercial break. When we return, we continue our conversation, just the last bits of it, to hear from you and more about your profession. But that is only when we return.
Be sure to catch Business Watch every Wednesday between 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., where we feature the latest updates on business news, market trends, and exclusive interviews with industry leaders, as well as insights on emerging small and medium enterprises in the commercial sector. Business Watch, your business leader.
Hello and welcome back. If you just tuned in, you are tuned in to Young Climber, and today we are having a conversation with Simile Mohammed Mabuza. We've been talking about the idea of architects and what architecture rather, and what it has to offer, as she is an architectural technologist, and not just that, she has explored the world of beauty. And we do not end there, because she's also a part of the network marketing, industry. We've spoken about so much that includes your profession before the break, but now we also need to talk about just the woman you are. You mentioned being an introvert, but you're all about building confidence in women. Why is this message so close to your heart, and how do you try to put it into action in the different businesses that you do, be it being at architecture, being it when you're doing your makeup, be it now things that umuntu we call it in now Dalana, you'll be renewed in spirit.
Okay, so I've seen what a confident woman can do, or a confident somebody can do,
Yeah.
but I'm very particular in women because I'm one who used to struggle a lot with confidence, and then now seeing all the work that I do and how well I do it, I can actually see that confidence is really a must-have for a woman, for a young person to get out there. And then how now I work with it, or how I plan about. I always plan my life around architecture. I'll tell you why, because you need a foundation,
Yeah.
right, for everything that you start.
Yeah.
And then you need to plan it out, right? Have all the details and how you're going to go about, what you're going to do to get to where you want to get to.
And as usasebenda, having worked in these different industries, what skills have you then acquired, or principles that you've carried out and remained, constant throughout your journey? Ukuthi, hey, forever bayasifundisa ukuthi you need to work under pressure. Always, you need to be a person that can handle, a high pressure environment maybe. What certain skills have you learned from these different businesses that you just keep throughout the journey of your life?
I've learned discipline. I've learned the importance of consistency.
Yeah.
And I've also learned to rest when I'm tired. Because with all this going on, I need to be like in my sober mind, So when I feel stretched, I do learn to rest, but and like recharge, because I need to pour out of a full cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for you, being a businesswoman, an entrepreneur rather, sometimes it can be both rewarding and challenging. If you could just take us back to a moment where you're like, I am doing the right thing. Where was that moment, even if it's staying like architecture, but as it's focusing on the business side of things, where you felt like, I'm definitely doing the right thing because of a reward maybe that you're receiving. If you don't have to be specific about amounts, but a moment, Jay. Maybe after 3 months of joining the business, because the first few months can be challenging, because but after how long was it rewarding to you?
With the network market?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
I joined the business in January this year. Yes. January, February, I didn't quite see much really. Listen, Ibogis Yotumu was here. I was pushing and pushing.
Yeah.
And then in March, that is when I started to see. In fact, that is when I first got my bonus post in the business.
Okay.
And let me tell you, Leo in contact, Leo is what actually tells you, Guti, I'm in the right space,
Yeah.
No matter the amount, it tells you I'm in the right space, and if I keep pushing, I'm going to get to where I want to get to. And also setting targets has really helped me to see the beauty in my network marketing business.
Yeah. And collaboration seems to be the most important thing throughout any business. It could be the network marketing part, it could be the makeup part, or and it could be the architectural part, because when you're fully booked, you can always just say, hey, sicela uhambe kusibanibani, yabo, or things like that. Can you just highlight the importance of collaboration in each and every business and how it has worked for you?
Okay. Well, business in general has taught me that you cannot do it all alone, really. Be it like your support structure, you need family, you need friends, you need a circle that you can always rely on or like recharge from, you know. Yes. So it has really taught me that I am fully booked. I have somebody who is going to do just as close of the work that I do, obviously, so that my client, when she goes to that person, you know, they get almost the same service that I would give, you know. And also, I think collaboration is empowering on its own, because now it's not about competition, it is about how can we make this better for ourselves, you know. And being around women who understand that is actually growth for me.
I love that so much. Right now, what we love to do on the show is that, you know, as I said, we're all about encouraging young people, ngalama professions nalama business now. What advice would you give to an ambitious young person in the Kingdom of Eswatini who is seeing Simile for the very first time and thinking, yo, ngiyafuna kufana nalo sisi, ngiyafuna kufana naye? Well, in terms of the work that you do, in terms of the career path that you have chosen.
Okay. So ngifuna ukuthi lala ukhona khona, ngilala kumele ube khona khona. Trust God. Pray and be clear about your vision. Yes, your vision will bring you challenges, but really those are just shaping you for a better future. So do not give up.
All righty. Thank you so much for that. You know, all we can do right now is close off the show. I cannot say much more onto that. I hope that Babule Makaya heard you loud and clear, but also thank you so much for joining us here on Young Climber. We hope that you'll continue to be a beacon of hope to the women in Eswatini, continue to boost the confidence of the women in Eswatini, and of course inspire the future leaders or the coming generation of the Kingdom of Eswatini.
Thank you so much for having me. I hope my story inspires somebody out there.
All right, Tibabwile Makaya. That was Simile Mohammed Mabuza talking about her journey through architecture and, of course, you know, being in a network marketing business and so much more. I hope that you can also realize at home that one thing may not be enough. You know, sometimes you need multiple things to balance you out as a person. But she did say, at the end of the day, la ukhona khona ngila kumele ube khona. But other than that, Babugule Makaya, thank you so much for joining us this week. We hope that next week, Tuesday at 6:30, you will be here again to hear another unique story right here in the Kingdom of Eswatini. But for today, from myself, Tabelo Dlamini, and the rest of the team, it is good night and God bless.
Secure Eswatini. Be safe online. Good day, Maswatla Mahle, and welcome to Cybersecurity Month, the month of October. The important thing is to always ensure that you keep your information safe. It's also very important that things like PINs are put together in a way that they're very difficult to decipher. It's ultra important that you do not share your PIN information with anybody. because the minute the information goes out, you are making yourself very vulnerable, and it's important that you minimize your vulnerability. The month of October is really about teaching awareness and keeping people aware about the subject of cybersecurity. As I was saying earlier, many people ask you, how do I keep myself safe? So this month is going to be a month where we're going to be teaching through various platforms, how do people keep themselves safe? We're going to have online classes. We're going to show you how do you ensure that you put the right kind of password, how do you ensure that you keep your information safe, but also to be aware of the other things that are happening globally in the area of cybersecurity, so that you're always up to date, you're always aware, and you always know how to protect yourself. We're going to be able to show you the information. You can go to the websites of ESCCOM, of RSTP, of Government Online, of the EPTC, the Post Office, as well as the radio and television website. We'll be able to show you on those websites how you can be able to connect with the classes, because it's so important for you to know how to protect yourself. We need to ensure that we're always keeping up to date, because the criminals are also keeping up to date. We must ensure that our information is safe, secure, but most importantly, that we don't make it a one-time thing. It's a continuous issue. So even though October is the month of cybersecurity, this is a daily thing every day of the year. Asixhumane siphephile.